Which one of the following rock is transferred into marble, granite, kimberlite, limestone, and norway? First, you have to know what is it. That this process known as these are the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rock is those rock which change its composition and texture due to temperature and pressure. The answer is C, limestone. Limestone converts into the marble, and this granite is converted into gneiss. Okay. A part of this glaze is converted into slate, and coal is converted into graphite. So rocks are changed due to the pressure and temperature into the different. The example of marble is limestone. Example of acid igneous rock is granite, dolomite, grabo, and pumice. First, you know to what is the acid igneous rock. These are the rocks which has silica content between 65 to 85%. The average density of this rock is 2.75 to 2.8 gram cubic centimeter. These are generally lack of iron and magnesium. These rocks are light in weight and used to build, generally used to in building materials. Okay, the answer among this is granite, and all these dolomite, grabo are example of basic igneous rock which has content less than between 45 to 60% of silica. Which form of coal is usually used in thermal power plant? Anthracite, lignite, bituminous, and pit. The answer is bituminous. The bituminous is the coal which is used in thermal because the carbon content in this type of coal is between 60 to 80%, and the world 80% of the coal come under this bituminous. What is the other examples of anthracite? Anthracite is the best coal, and its carbon content is 80 to 95%, and the peat is the least one, which is the least one where the amount of carbon is less than 40%, and lignite where the carbon is between 14 to 55%. So anthracite is the best coal among all these type of coal, but bituminous is the most used coal in the world. Which of the following processes are involved in formation of sedimentary rocks? First, you have to know what is sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to the successive deposition of sediments. The coal and petroleum are found in which type of rock? Laterite rock, sedimentary rock, granite rock, pyroxenite rocks. The answer is B, sedimentary rock. First, you know what do you mean by sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to the aggregation and compaction of rocks. Okay, and what are the characteristics? It contains fossils. Okay, the rocks are found about 75% of the earth's surface. Sedimentary rocks. So that's why the coal and petroleum are found in these types of rock. Gold and copper are mostly found in which type of rock? Old igneous rock, new sedimentary rock, new metamorphic rock, old metamorphic rock. The answer is old igneous rock. First, you have to know what do you mean by igneous rock. Igneous rock. These rocks are formed by the cooling, solidification, of magma oblique lava. Igneous rock are roughed. These are the hard rocks and they have crystalline. Okay. Nearly 90% of crust is made up of this igneous rock. What in early we know that the 75% of what Earth's surface is made by the sedimentary rocks and 90% of the crust is made of igneous rock. Sedimentary rocks are also called stratified rock, aqueous rocks, both A and B, none of the above. The answer is A, stratified rock. What does it mean? It means these rocks are deposited in a layer, strata, that is formed in layer. That's why it is called stratified. What are the other characteristics what we know about the sedimentary rocks? That it contains fossils. 75% of Earth's surface is formed by this sedimentary rock. But if you take Earth crust, its contribution is only less near about 5%. Granite is a typical example of metamorphic rock, sedimentary rock, igneous rock, both and B. The answer is C, igneous rock. What are the igneous rocks? The rocks which are formed by the cooling of magma and lava. They are hard. They do not no fossils. They do not contain any fossils. And what important thing is the 90% of the earth crust is formed by this rock. Granite is actually what plutonic type of igneous rock. Plutonic means these are formed due to the cooling of magma deep inside the earth. Deep inside the earth. Due to excessive slow rate of cooling, these rocks have very large crystalline granule. Okay, so that's why the granite is which type of rock? It is a plutonic type of igneous rock. The following rock have gold and iron content generally: shale, granite, basalt, and all of the above. The answer is C, basalt. Basalt is actually basic type of igneous rock. Basic type of igneous rock, that means which rock has silica content between 45 to 60%. They are dark in color. That is the characteristics of what type of basic rock. That is dark in color. Its weight is heavy. And they are easily eroded when comes contact with the water. So basalt is the example of which type of rock? Basic rock. Other basic rock are grabo, dolorite, etc. What is the basis of the formation of sedimentary? Formed by the agent of fire, formed by the agencies of water, wind and ice, formed by the agent of pressure, formed by the agencies of heat, water and pressure. The answer is B. Sedimentary rocks are generally formed by the successive deposition of sediments. As you know that these rocks contain fossils. 75% of Earth's surface is covered by this type of rock, and these are permeable or porous. It means water can easily pass through these types of rock. And what are the example of these types of? loess, boulder clay, limestone, coal, peat. These are the examples of sedimentary rocks. Sills are formed by glaciation, intrusive volcanicity, wave action, wind action. The answer is intrusive volcanicity. What do you mean by intrusive? Intrusive volcanicity means when the magma cools down or solidified below the earth's surface, below the earth's surface. Intrusive have two types of. First one is a plutonic, when deep inside below the earth's surface, and second is hypabyssal. What does it means? When the magma cooling, solidified and cooling, when it in the cracks of earth surface, crack, pores, and hollows of the earth. Now the question is about what are seals. Seals are the usually parallel to the bending planes of sedimentary rocks. Seals are formed due to injection of magma between the beds of sedimentary rocks. How it you found? You can see through the picture. This is a picture, and see this one. When the magma is deposited in this way, this is the deposition of magma, then that is known as the sills, and that the part between is called, it is sedimentary rocks. So when the magma deposited in a parallel form, or you can ask, the thick beds of magma are called thick beds, like this one. When it is a parallel to the sedimentary rocks and deposit, then it is known as sill. Sandstone is a metamorphosed into quartzite, schist, graphite. None of the answer is a quartzite. First you have to know what are the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks means when the rock changes its mineral composition, texture, all through due to temperature or pressure. When there is a change due to the temperature and pressure in rocks in the forms of its composition, texture, then it is called metamorphic rocks. As you know that shale is converted when metamorphic rocks, shale is converted into slate, limestone or sandstone, both are converted into marble. Okay, coal is converted into graphite. These are all the examples of metamorphic rocks. Plutonic rocks are changed rocks under the great heat and pressure, non-crystalline, and often contains fossils of animal and plant. The igneous rock formed due at some depth in the earth crust, precipitated chemically form solution of other kind of rock. What is the answer? The answer is C. Plutonic rock is actually the which type of rock? That is the igneous rocks. When it cools and solidifies deep inside the earth, and the example of plutonic rock is granite. Granite is the best example of plutonic rock. Why? Due to the cooling inside the earth's surface, what happened? Due to the slow rate of cooling, these rocks have large granules. So answer C is the correct. Which out of the following is regarded as the chief rock types of Precambrian rock? Shale, limestone, and granite in general. The answer is C. Granite and Genesis. Limestone and shale both are the sedimentary rocks, and granite and Genesis is a igneous rock as well as metamorphic rock. This granite is a igneous rock and Genesis is the metamorphic form of granite. So the answer C is the correct. Metamorphic rocks are formed under high pressure and high temperature, low pressure and low temperature, high pressure and low temperature. None of the answer is A, high pressure and high temperature. And what are the example of metamorphic rock? Marble. It is formed by due to from limestone, graphite is formed through coal. These are the examples of the metamorphic rocks. Salt is a typical example of plutonic rock, metamorphic rock, sedimentary rock, or igneous rock. What are the actual answer of this answer? That is called igneous rock. Plutonic rock is also a part of a igneous rock, but actually the basalt is a basic rock, basic igneous rock. What does it means? It means the rock which has silica content between 45 to 60%. It means the rock which has silica content between 45 to 60%, then it is called basic igneous rock. The density of this type of rock is 2.8 to 3. And what are the other example? They are heavyweight, dark in color, easily eroded when contact with the water. Apart from basalt, grabo, dolerite is also the example of basic igneous rock. That is the igneous rock. Basalt, grabo and dolerite all are the same types of which are basic igneous rock. What does it mean? It means the rock which have silica content between 45 to 60%. Is a typical example of sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, plutonic rock, igneous rock. The answer is B, metamorphic rock. What is metamorphic rock? Metamorphic rock, the rock which changes its chemical composition, texture, all other due to temperature and pressure. So graphite is actually formed by the coal. It is a actual coal is a sedimentary rocks which come under the temperature and excessive pressure. It formed into the graphite. The answer B is the correct. This type of rock weather mostly rapidly in a hot mountain climate: slate, quartzite, granite, limestone. The answer is A, slate. Extrusive igneous rocks have few grains, no grains of big size, grain which are not visible. The answer D is grain which are not visible. What do you mean by extrusive igneous rock? Extrusive igneous rocks are those rocks which are formed by cooling and solidification of lava. 98% of the total crust of Earth is composed of 8 elements. Which of the miller is not among the 8 millers? Calcium, nickel, sodium, and potassium. The Earth crust is made up of 8 elements, in which oxygen is the first one. Its contribution is about 46%. After oxygen, it is silicon. Its contribution is 27%. Then aluminium, 8%. Iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. It has super. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oxygen, silicon, aluminum, OSA. These three have the maximum contribution among the composition of the earth crust. Okay, so there is a no, which one is not among this answer? That B. Nickel is not present. So the answer B is the correct.